What is up, all of my beautiful dolly friends? I'm Dr. Doll and welcome to another video. So in this video we're going to be tackling once again the thrown in the trash doll. I have decided to name her Antonia. I believe that it will suit her once we get her all fixed up. I have already dyed her. I just, on a whim, decided to dye her, and I didn't film it, so there's other dolls that I have dyed and filmed. I figured it wasn't like we were missing out hugely on that, so I went ahead and dyed her. I tried this golden ochre eye in her, and I wasn't a fan, so I'm actually going to be taking that out right now. And then we'll be restringing her and putting her new eyes in. So while she marinates, yeah, so I know I said I was going to film it and then I didn't. I'm sorry, guys. So the dyeing process went pretty well overall. It wasn't like super even. You can still see that, like this leg, for instance, it's lighter on the bottom and it fades darker at the top. But I do feel like we are able to cover a lot of those stains. And overall, I'm happy with how it turned out. And we can always kind of patch up the rough spots with paint, as I learned at my last dye job. So I'm going to grab the restringing kit and some stuffing, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. I have some fresh stuffing. Remember, we had to remove all that really gross, icky stuffing that had been in the trash and absorbed all kinds of smells and whatever else was in there. We have thoroughly cleaned this body, so it passes the sniff test. It is very nice and clean now. I soaked it overnight in a detergent bath, rinsed it out, dried it, and then of course dyed it. I had one viewer made the comment of, why didn't you send her to the doll hospital? And that is a very fair question, because I have recently started to collect all of the Truly dolls, and honestly, like, when at first I thought she was a 29, which I already have a 29, and 29s are not like uncommon, even though they're retired. So I was originally going with a custom idea, and then when I found out she was a 42, I was super torn between, do I do a custom? Do I try to like restore her myself? Or do I send her to the doll hospital? And honestly, it was a really, really tough decision. I struggled with it for several days. And I looked up a lot of the like rules and prices and stuff with the doll hospital. And eventually I realized, so with all of her staining, I was going to have her head replaced for sure to get a new wig, plus her face was stained. And then I was also going to have pretty much every single limb replaced. And then on top of that, so it's going to be super expensive. It's going to be like at least $70 plus shipping. And then on top of that, I don't believe that the hospital deals with mold and mildew cases, which she unfortunately had because of her situation being in the trash. And so I was looking at spending, almost $100 to have her head and all of her limbs replaced. And then I would probably still have to clean her body myself and restuff her. So, I don't know, that kind of deterred me from that path. And then also just, I thought about restoring her myself, and I looked into those options. But the 42 wig, the textured wig, it's like I just couldn't find it anywhere. And I really think the only way to get another 42 wig is to have a new head from the doll hospital. And so eventually I ruled that out. With her having the mold and the mildew, I really just felt like doing a custom was the best option. I did seriously consider restoring her though. And even though she is retired and she is rare, she's not like super rare. Like she's not like, you know, a number 1 or an 11. She's not one that you like never see. Like I do see 42s for sale, and I do see them for sale pretty often. So it's not like she's like, if it was like a first version 6 or a 1 or an 11, like for sure I would have done anything I possibly could have to have her restored. But I don't know, I just felt like with all the work, I mean, she basically needed to be a completely new doll. And I felt like with all the work, I might as well just do a custom with her. So that's kind of how I came to that decision. It was mostly based off of the expense and just the fact that she had been in the trash. And I don't believe that the doll hospital deals with cases like that. I don't think that they will remove, maybe they'll remove stuffing, but they won't actually like clear out any mold or mildew. So anyways, this is her right now. Now, as I'm in the process of restringing her, I will show you Doll of a Kind recently released these new stationary eyes for 18-inch dolls. And I was really intrigued. I have not tried stationary eyes on an American Girl doll yet. And I thought, why not? This would be a great opportunity to try something new while I'm doing this really fun, like, Regency custom. So I had to watch a tutorial though. Luckily, Romina made a very nice tutorial to follow. She's the owner of Doll of a Kind, but because I was a little confused at first, they're very different. They're built very differently than the sleep eyes that I'm used to. So I watched the tutorial. I think I know what I'm doing now, but we'll see. Also, I didn't put them in right away when her head was warm because I believe with the stationary eyes, it's easier to do the makeup first before you put the eyes in. Normally with the sleep eyes, I put the eyes in first and then I do the makeup. But I think because of how these lay, it's going to be easier to do the lashes and stuff when they're not in. So I'm going to do that first, and then we'll put the eyes in last. Okay, so I've got these, I've got those, and yeah, I tried this golden ochre eye, which I love. It's my favorite, like, light brown color, and I just wasn't loving it. I really wanted her to look a little bit different, a little bit special. So I thought, why not try these new stationary eyes? And these are half rounds. And what that means is that they are not a complete circle. They're literally like half a sphere. And so I was really puzzled at first, like, how do I get these in for eye socket? But I watched the tutorial and hopefully I'll be able to do it. It actually looks fairly easy. At least she made it look easy, so. Right now we're getting her pretty strong with some new tight limbs, and then we're going to put clean, fresh stuffing in. Alright, so let's do her legs first. Okay. Put our little clasp on. Use my teeth. Pull it taut. And where are my scissors? Ah! This is the problem when you clean up. It's like I can't find anything. If it's not all on a pile on the table, then I can't find it. I'm not like a super messy person. Like, I definitely like to have a clean surroundings, but I would definitely say that organization is not a strong suit of mine. It's something I've worked on my entire life because it doesn't come naturally to me. So I have tried for years to get more organized, but it is still a daily struggle. I think because like I have such a creative mind that is very scatterbrained, like I'm just constantly like flitting about from one thing to another. And so I have all these projects that are like out, and because I'm still working on them, I don't want to put them away, you know? But I'm trying really hard to be better. Definitely having kids made me be better, function a little bit better. Like, at least I can keep up with the dishes and the laundry now. But I am definitely a work in progress, as are we all. I don't think anyone really has it all together. And if they do, they're probably lying. Alright, we're just going to stuff her really good with this clean, fresh stuffing that hasn't been in a dumpster, soaking up dumpster filth. And, oops, there's a clasp in here. Now that she's all clean, she needs clean, fresh stuffing. Okay. Okay, so I think we got her stuffed pretty good. We are not going to attach the head right away because I'm probably going to have to reheat it to get the eyes in, and I want to do makeup now. So, let's see. I think I want to go fairly basic. Like, I definitely want to do lashes, eyebrows, and maybe just sort of a reddish tint lip. I also there's uneven places where the dye didn't take evenly, so I'm going to show you that technique I used on Kay to kind of make that look better. So first we have to match her skin tone as closely as possible. And this is definitely something that just takes some trial and error. So with the dye, I did put some reddish undertones in there, so I'm going to add a little bit of the red color, a little bit of rosiness. Alright, let's start with this and kind of just see what happens. It doesn't have to be an exact match, but you do want it to be as close as possible. That black made it a little bit too dark. Might be okay actually. A little bit of. It's actually not. It's actually pretty close. I was totally just guessing. So I'm gonna get some cotton swabs. And so this is all you do. Super easy. You just go over the places that didn't dye evenly with your skin match paint color. Her forehead is a little bit of a problem area. And then you just wait a couple of seconds to wipe it off. And you might have to repeat this a couple of times, but it will slowly sort of tint those areas, and you'll see it slowly start to kind of blend in with the surrounding areas until it looks like it's one color. So already after just one application, it looks more even. Isn't that amazing? Okay, so we're gonna do another application. This time kind of focusing on her cheeks and temples. And then here we go again. Just gonna wipe off. And these cotton pads aren't the best. They kind of leave a little bit of a residue. I like the last ones I got better. But they'll do. It's very similar to just like using a concealer or a foundation at home, where you're just trying to sort of balance out the uneven areas of your face. You know, like using a color corrector stick or something. Okay. That looks pretty good, actually. What do you think? It's pretty good. I think her forehead could use one more swipe. Okay, and then I'm going to get a new cotton pad because that one is done. Just wipe that off. All right. There. Much more even. Isn't that amazing? Okay, so now let's focus on makeup. So her wig is black that I picked out, so let's go ahead and do black for the eyebrows, and I'm going to use a liner. Now her old brows are kind of there. I'm just going to use what's there already. And can you guys even see? Scooch you up a little bit closer. I'm just going to use what's there already and go over it so that it's a little bit more defined. Make them a little bit feathered. I can barely still see them. Just doing some feathering. Very light eyebrows. Nothing super large or in your face. Okay, and they don't really look even, so I'm going to try and even them up a little bit. Eyebrows are really difficult to do. I have mad respect for people who are really good at painting eyebrows because there is a definite art to them. Making them symmetrical and such. Okay, I think that's pretty good. I don't want them to be super dramatic. I don't want them to be the focus. Yeah, that's good. Okay. So now I'm going to take a little bit of this brown and mix it with a little bit of black. And this is going to be our shadowing for the lashes. Okay. So we're going to do a sunflower style lash. Really curious to see how these stationary eyes look. I've seen pictures, but you know,